Yo, so
It's gonna be lit.
I feel like in honor of Joe Fox's outfit, we should do pre-show fashion show.
Right.
Like we always do on the road. This dude is you came out, you outside, boy.
This is nothing, man. Like,
Dude, tell us about it, Joe.
I got travel clothes on. They not fully washed yet, so I just have to pull something out of the closet.
So this was just sitting in the closet. Wait, this was just sitting in the closet?
This is in my closet, yeah.
Yeah, who pulls out corduroys?
Corduroys
is a
That's the whole point.
Corduroys is a statement.
I just throwing it on. I just want to make sure I match.
No, see, if you had corduroys and a wife beater, that's like I just threw this shit on.
Yeah.
But your corduroys match your jacket perfectly, which match your sneakers perfectly.
New sneakers.
Yeah, new.
That's
fresh
thought
sneakers.
out.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, I did. I
We
put
hoodie
this together.
And
Like,
your t-shirt matches with your sleeves to your jacket.
man, come in the watch.
Fox, you
And
have
the
never
watch,
yo.
you have never dressed that clean in any of the
Hilarious.
shows we've ever been on, except for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, everybody.
Pre-show fashion show. Joe Fox is up, ladies and gentlemen, with the burgundy. What is that, burgundy?
Yeah, but this,
Maroon?
blood.
No, that's
The
maroon burgundy.
corduroys matching
blood,
his
blood
jacket
orange.
and his sneakers.
Yeah, man.
Trey rocking the Polaroid
The
hoodie,
Polaroid hoodie, the
camo,
fatigues with the Pumas, you know what I
the dirty
mean?
stain on the front left foot.
Yeah, I was be trying to rush and get here, you know what I mean?
I got the fresh out the box joint. Took him out the box today. It
out the
still got
box.
dirt on the side. Look at that.
Yeah,
Right.
damn.
Yo, almost bust my ass on that scooter coming down here.
Oh, hilarious.
It said stay off the sidewalk, and I was trying to get off the sidewalk back in the
Yeah.
street and hit the grass. Nigga, my foot was like cars behind me and everything. I was like, yo, that'd have been the worst. So we back, y'all. Another episode. Welcome to the live. I was gonna say, welcome to the green room. That's what we say on the road, but this is live from the green room.
Live.
I think that's a great show name. I think that's a great podcast name. I think that's very relatable to the comics, but also it piques the curiosity of the spectator, the fan. Because everybody wants to know that's not a comic, what's going on in the green room.
What's happening in the
What are
green
they talking about in the green room? What's going on in there? What are they doing? What are they drinking? What are they smoking? Are they arguing? So live from the green room
back
is a very who's back there? How she get back there?
Right.
How she get back there?
And I
Who she
like
know?
it because the green room is just not for comedians. You got singers that have green rooms. You have rappers.
It's
that-
art. It's an artist space.
Artist space.
It's an
period.
artist. It's an artist like chill space before show, after show, to talk about what they're doing. So
Yeah,
that's
man.
what Live from the green room is. Live from the green room is our chill space that we're letting you see because there's so much more of the green room that these people don't see.
Right.
So this is a little bit of a glimpse into the green room.
Right.
That we can share.
That we can show the people.
Yeah,
We ain't gonna show y'all the cocaine.
Yeah, I'm about to say that there's some things they shouldn't see.
This one is a limited rider. Like riders I heard some comics have like crazy riders.
Right.
What was the craziest writer you've heard, or what do you?
Not crazy, but I heard that Eddie Griffin wanted a pair of white Air Force Ones
Force
for
Ones?
every show.
I did hear
So
that.
if it was a 2-show night, he had a pair for the first show and a pair for the second show.
So that's 4 shows, like
Yeah,
Friday,
so a
Saturday.
7-show weekend, 7 pairs of Air Force Ones.
Yeah, that's like what do you call that? A legend or a myth? What do you call it? Like
Urban
legend.
urban.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
well,
I believe it's true.
Yeah.
No, I know it's true, but it's
Yeah.
like just to hear about it. What he does.
So what do you do at the end of the week? Do you leave with 7 pairs of sneakers?
he probably just leave them. Knowing him, he probably leave them all in the hotel.
Probably.
Yeah. But probably he need that many pair because he be pissing in the trash cans in the green room. So he probably be having trickles of pee dropping on him, so he got to get a new pair.
Yo, I'm like,
I
wow,
mean,
Now that's an urban legend.
that's an urban legend.
Do we know that for fact? We don't know
I
if
don't
that's a
know
fact.
that.
No,
I mean,
I don't know if it's a fact, but it's a fact. It's an urban legend because we've all see how
We all heard it.
cracked up.
We've all heard it. Yeah,
We've all heard it.
I don't know, man. If you pissed in the garbage can at the Tampa Improv.
Have you heard?
Oh, he got specific.
Man, you got specific.
He got specific.
The live from the green room cannot confirm nor deny. The views of Trey Elliott are not those of the podcast.
Listen,
But
man.
what's the wildest thing you heard of a comic doing? If you don't care to say his name, like in the green room.
Okay, easy. I heard that Richard Pryor was doing cocaine on that piano in the green room at the Comedy Store.
I mean-
I heard that. I'm pretty
At the Comedy Store or the Improv?
the Comedy Store. You know that glass,
glass
piano.
piano.
Yeah. Cocaine and
I mean, you see the razor marks on the glass.
I heard Red Fox used to come in, and this is not even the green room. This is just the club. I heard Red Fox would come in and he had a gold chain with like a little bowl I guess, on it, right? And the top opened up and it was full of coke.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he would take a sniff while he watching the show. Comedy Store, do a little. I guess they did Pinky back
Yeah,
then.
the little Pinky.
While he watched the show, and then he would go on and do a set. And then when he was leaving, all of the comics backstage, he would come and dump it out and say, "You guys have a great night," and give him the coke.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's like backstage debauchery. That's been going on since the 60s, 70s.
Backstage. Let's just speak for comedy clubs.
Yeah.
Musicians can speak for themselves and rappers and all that stuff. But for comedy clubs, for comics, backstage has always been the height of like, yo, they fucking wildin'.
They
Oh,
wild.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I've seen dudes smash chicks in the bathroom, Comedy Store.
Oh yeah.
Yo, you ever walk in the bathroom?
He was about to edit himself.
No, because I thought of a bit. I thought of a bit. I was gonna. You ever walk in the bathroom and somebody taking a shit and you like, oh shit, and you close the door?
Yeah.
That's what it's like when you hit somebody's live by mistake.
Oh.
You ever, like, somebody going live and you hit you press to like something and that shit be popping it and they shout you out like, yo, Trey in the room. You're like, oh shit, I
ain't
don't
need to be in there.
It's like you open the door like, oh shit, they're taking a shit. Let me get out.
Like, damn. Like,
It's the same scenario.
Yeah.
And they always shout you out as soon as they see your name. Yo, my man Tone Rock in here. I'm like, nigga, they want to be here.
That's because there's only be like one person. Like they be happy. Oh, so then you leave.
That's why they see you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, don't be putting me out there. Then they replay it. Say, there you go, right there, and try to make a meme out of it. And you in a compromising position. No, nigga, stop.
The green room is wild. My ride, like back to my rider. My rider's changed now. Mine's is just some bottle of tequila, waters,
Right.
Snapple. Gotta have my Snapple.
But tell them what flavor though.
Snapple iced tea. And I say that, look, the rider clearly says Snapple iced tea. And every time I come, we got Snapple fruit punch and mango tango.
Like
I'm like, yo,
plain.
y'all can't, I just want iced tea, nothing else.
Yeah.
Just the iced tea.
Right,
But I got the waters, the tequila, the Snapples,
The
fruit platter, which comes when they feel like it.
Yeah. Some cities be very inconsistent with the fruit pattern, bro.
Yeah.
I be like, yo, where's the fruit?
Or they'll use.
Or they get, what was we at a couple weeks ago? They asked me the next day, hey, you forgot your fruit platter yesterday. Do you still want it? Yeah. They brought me the fruit from yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
That sat in the fridge the whole night. I was like,
It's not fresh at all.
So Fox, if you was to have a rider, what would be on yours?
Definitely the waters. Definitely some kind of fruit tray, just just for healthy foods or something.
corduroy plants.
Yeah. A lint brush. A lint brush for this. I was thinking about that. Like, what would be on my rider? Nothing ridiculous. Heater, like a space heater for temperature. Fan, definitely that. Plenty of plugs to plug up.
Wait, you want a heater and a fan?
Nigga trying to
Depends on the summer.
blow up the
summer,
green room.
Winter, summer, winter. So temperature control. So definitely a lot of plugs to plug stuff in. I hate having to move the green room couch trying to find the freaking plug. Oh, the plug is back here. Internet, gotta have the internet up in there. Nigga, yeah, gotta have that. Must have
PlayStation.
and maybe an alternate menu selection.
Hey,
There you go.
hey, you see what I've been doing recently now?
Yeah.
Comics out there, you want to eat healthy on the road? Here's a tip: you pay the guy, the head cook or head chef in the kitchen, and they will cook you whatever you want. That's not on the menu.
Yeah.
I had spaghetti last night, 2 nights ago.
Okay.
I had some spaghetti. They made me a nice bowl of spaghetti. I know my man in Cleveland. I'm not sure if he's still there, and I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna mess his name up, so I'm not gonna try to say it. But he'll cook you anything.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
He'll make you brisket, and he'll make you whatever you want. Like every night, he's like, I would say, yo, do your thing, and every night it'd be something like, oh shit, lamb chops. What? At the Cleveland Improv?
Yeah.
He experimenting on you.
Yeah.
He, try that. You like that?
I do like the fan though. I definitely would have a fan.
Yeah.
Gotta have a fan. Yeah.
You could have the fan on the. I'll have a fan from the room in my
Yeah.
on my rider. Go get me a fan.
For in the green room, like some green rooms are not, up to par.
Worst green room.
The worst green room. The worst green room is in a city that I enjoy going to.
I can tell you the worst one.
Yeah, but the type of green room where they have no security and anybody can come in, including staff members, audience members, and they don't give us the
they don't police the
privacy.
room.
They don't, they don't provide any type of
I think
privacy.
I know where you're going with this.
What city?
What club?
It's not downtown, but it's
The Uptown? The Uptown Atlanta?
Uptown Comedy
The
Corner.
Uptown Comedy Club?
yeah. It was that. It was not. Yeah, that one.
Uptown, yeah, not
I
a
thought we
very...
were
Yeah.
changing the names, but I like the club. The club is the club.
No, we
is dope.
listen.
Uptown,
What, they
it'd
gonna
be-
not book us because we said they got a shitty green room?
It'd be every open mic comedian, the headliners, other headliners.
Man.
You'd be like,
And the Uptown's still. I haven't been there in years, but Uptown is still there, right?
No,
Yeah.
what's the one that we did?
we
recently?
do Atlanta Comedy
Atlanta
Theater.
Comedy Theater. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh, I wasn't talking about
Atlanta
that.
Comedy Theater. Well, they both bad. They both,
Yeah.
both green rooms are not run. Let's soften the blow. Both green rooms are not run properly.
Right.
Right. The first time we did Atlanta Comedy Theater, walk in the green room, it's like 7 comics in the room.
Yeah.
That aren't. Of course, they aren't on the show, and they all
Right.
think they're on the show.
Yeah.
And then I remember one guy came with his wife. Remember that? It was an older white guy came with his wife. They walked right in the green room, and he's
Wow.
like, his wife was like, "Hey, he was kind of wanted to ask if he could get a guest set, but I see you have all these." And I'm like, "Yo, none of these motherfuckers on the show. I don't know what they're doing."
Right.
So that's
Yeah.
bad. But what were you gonna say? I think I know what you were gonna say.
San Jose. I was gonna.
You didn't like San Jose Green Room?
It's upstairs. It's just dark. It just kind of doesn't.
Oh,
just
yeah, I
have,
remember that.
No, but it has everything in it you want. It's just a trek to the stage.
Yeah, it's just.
It is, I
Yeah,
remember.
trying to get to the.
Now, when I say
stage.
mine, you guys are gonna both say, "Oh yeah."
All right. Well.
But I will say this about, I think it was the Atlanta Comedy Theater. They have like 2 separate green rooms.
Yeah.
Like one for.
Yeah, they have one for the headliner. and
For
one
the headliner,
feature
like
and the
Yeah.
host.
that's
But
included.
that's for the headliner that doesn't know the feature and the host.
Right.
True.
When I do it, it's like, why would
We
I
all in
why
the
would I want to
same
sit in the room with my guys in the other room? Like,
Yeah.
Like I went in that room and passed gas one time. I ate something. I was like, let me go in there.
But it's
I came back in the green room. Someone was like, nigga, you had to fart? I was like, how you know? He's like, I grew up with brothers.
You don't want to get
like
roasted.
disappeared for a long time, but not a long time. Not shit long.
Yeah.
Just like walk away, come back. Like, yeah, you.
you weren't in there long enough to do anything else.
Yeah.
Comedy Zone, Jacksonville, Florida.
Well,
I haven't
no.
done Jacksonville.
First of all,
You never
though,
did Jacksonville?
Not Jacksonville. No.
listen, bro. The room period, not the comedy
Okay, fine. So
room.
the green room is not a green room. It's a room. First of all, the club is in a hotel.
Okay.
Tell
Comedy
them what
club is
hotel.
Inside the hotel.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Ramada, like a Ramada that needs
Ramada Inn. Ramada Inn.
a Ramada that has never been remodeled. So the rooms are like super old TVs like this. Click, 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 click.
Oh, so you got the dial
Yeah.
up. Yeah, no remote.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the green room is just a off room to the side of the stage, like
Like
to the
a
side of the
conference
club.
room.
It's like a conference room.
Oh.
So it's a conference table and conference chairs, no couches. There's a TV that works.
Yeah.
And they do bring you, they bring your food to the room and everything. But there's no way to the green room.
It's not comfortable. It's probably
Not very comfortable. And
Yeah.
the people that are staying at the hotel that come to the show, they know you're in there. So when
Yeah.
you're in the green room, you get this. Hey, can I get a picture? Hey,
Wow.
can
Yeah.
Hey, my wife, you said you were funny. It's like,
Yeah.
like what are we doing here?
They can follow you to your damn room
Yeah.
if they want
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And because when we first started touring, when I got on the tour, that was the first city.
Our first city was Jacksonville.
Yeah, like when we
Jacksonville? Okay.
Oh, you
got,
probably was like, yo, this is some bullshit.
I was like,
I thought Tone was getting money out here. This
Is this how you
bullshit.
roll
He was like, Tone ain't getting no
I was
fucking
like,
money.
yo, what the fuck is this?
Oh, wow. I didn't know that was the first
That was
city.
the first city. He was like, yo,
Wow.
what you doing this week? Whatever. Fox can't, Fox had booked the commercial. Like, we got
Oh, okay.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I said, bet. I'm with. I got there the day before, you know what I mean? Because, I had to do some work stuff. So I was like, let me get there the day before. I was like, you remember when Joe Clark walked in East Side High? Lee, that's how I walked in. I was like,
Lean on Me was playing.
yeah, man. So whenever we do Jacksonville, bro,
What was our first gig? Do you remember?
Very first gig, that was Addison. That was the Addison Improv in Dallas, Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
You were living here or you were still there?
No, I was living here. It was
Okay.
it was like the first time coming back to do a road gig. I remember that That's like my favorite club. That's where I started out at. But they had the office space, and they had like an area blocked off for the longest time. Like this is the green area, not the
Is
green.
it no? The office is just a little bit bigger than a normal office. So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
made
yeah.
that corner. The
Yeah,
green
they
room.
made
I
that
remember,
corner into like that's where you sat right there. But it was nice and plush and TV.
So what's the best green room?
Woo!
That's a good question.
What's the best green room that I was like, yo, this is nice.
I'm gonna say the first thing that popped in my mind was the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, because it had. I mean, that was huge.
Oh no, you must be the Stress Factory in
Yeah, because New Brunswick is
Connecticut.
small.
The one in Bridgeport.
Bridgeport.
right?
Yeah.
'Cause that's a giant green room.
Okay, yeah, the giant green room. And
Yeah,
it
that's a
looked
good
like
one.
it looked like a man cave up
Stress
in there.
Factory in Connecticut. Levity Live, Nyack.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys have ever played it. Tacoma, the Tacoma Comedy Club.
No.
No.
Yo,
Good, nice green room.
real. They got video games in there, like arcade games.
Okay.
And then they have a table, something like this, but it's like more rectangular with drawers. You open the drawers, it's candy,
Ooh.
chocolate,
Oh, that's what's
cookies,
up.
it's chips. It's like, yeah, it's real dope.
Now I did like. I've only been there once. The Comedy Magic Club in
Hermosa?
Hermosa.
Oh yeah,
I liked. It wasn't so much the green room itself.
it's
but
that
it was,
damn steak they give you for free.
there you go.
They let you order anything off the menu, yo.
Anything.
Wow.
You get a fucking filet mignon, and you on the show free.
Nice.
You could just go back there and they just treat you like a king.
They treat you. See, the thing about one of the problems with comedy, and we could
Yeah.
segue into this. One of the problems with comedy that I've learned in my many years is that comedy club owners, most of them, not all of them, don't give a fuck about the art form.
Yeah.
They don't care about the art of stand-up comedy. They're just, glorified bar owners.
Right.
Because they really make their money from the liquor.
Right.
So
Food
they,
and
as
drink.
long as their asses in the seats to buy liquor, they could care less the quality of the show that the people are getting.
Right.
Right. They don't care.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the biggest problem. Is like, yo, when I first started going out, my flyer would say, appearing this weekend, Tony Rock, Chris Rock's brother.
Right.
Because they didn't give a fuck. They just was like, as long as that whatever he has that can get asses in the seats.
Right.
I just want people to pay the door and buy the two drinks.
Buy- yeah.
drinks, yeah.
And that's the biggest problem, that they don't cultivate the art form. That's why it's up to the comic to make sure that we have some type of regulation to this. Like we got to make sure we hold people to a standard, hold other comics to a standard. Like we got to be able to be transparent with other comics. Like, yo, bro, that's hack. That's trash. You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
that's,
man.
That's old. That's stolen.
That's comic view, whatever.
That's comic view.
I've had some comedians who held up to that, to where, they'd come to me and be like, yo, so-and-so was doing your bit. I like, did you say something? They was like, yeah, I actually said something to him. And I was like, yo, I appreciate that.
No, I got the best one ever. The best story ever. I'm at the Comedy Store one night on a Monday. I'm trying new bits out the phone. Like literally, like, just try this one.
Yeah.
I do like 5 or 6. Like maybe 2 or 3 hit. You do 6. They're not all hit.
Yeah.
Maybe 2. Maybe 2. I'll be even more modest. Maybe 2 hit. But one of the 2 hit really hard.
Right.
Guys in the front row, man, funny stuff, bro. I was like, I kept saying, like, should I keep that? Like, you definitely keep that. The next night, a comic that was on the show that complimented me on the bit
Hilarious.
did it the next night. And the guy that told me it was a great bit that was sitting in the front row was back the next night because he was visiting.
Yeah.
He was visiting LA. So it was like, hey, that show was so great last night. I'm going to go back tonight. Went and saw this guy do my joke that I did the night before for the first time.
Yeah.
And immediately hit me on Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bruh, you don't know me. Saw you do the bit last night about blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I was the guy that yelled out, great bit. So-and-so was in the room. He went up later. He did it last night. I saw him do it tonight. And I know it's yours because I saw you read it out the phone and say it was a new bit. And that guy did it tonight, just letting you know.
So
Yeah.
was that guy a new comic?
No, he was not. He was a bad comic.
Right. But not a new
But he wasn't
comic.
a new comic. He wasn't new to the point where he didn't know better.
Right.
He knew
You
better.
know not to do that.
He knew better.
Yo, it's funny, man, because like in like I'll get mad if somebody steal my shit. Like I'm like, yo. But it was one time I did not get mad. I had to laugh because me and this person went to the show together. Right? We was doing
Like rode in the same car.
yeah, with the Sandman well. This is when
Okay.
Tiffany Haddish was hosting Sam
Casino
Manuel at the Laugh Factory. And this particular comic was taking a L. And he was just like, fuck it. It just went straight and did one of my jokes. Just
worked,
did
right?
it. Just did it. I'm
worked.
sitting in the back like, yo, what is he doing?
And he's on before you.
Yeah, he's on before me.
Oh.
He got off stage and was like, yo, Trey, I'm sorry. I was struggling up here and I didn't know what to do.
What a chump.
And I was just like, it's all right, man. I said, it's cool.
Okay, wait. Now,
At least-
I want to say
you
two things. I want to say two things. The things that separate a podcast, that make a podcast like one of those podcasts, is when motherfuckers say shit.
Okay.
Who's the comic?
Oh,
Say his
all
name.
And he cool. He know he did it. Dante Barrett did it.
Oh, okay.
Dante, I don't got no beef, but and if you don't remember, I'll refresh your memory
Yeah,
of what
no,
joke
he
it
didn't
was.
forget.
It was a joke. I'm gonna tell you the
Go
joke,
ahead, yeah,
just
please.
so you know.
See, now, just so you know, the people that's watching now, they're like, yo, that's that shit. They say
Yeah,
it.
I don't mind saying that. I'll say names throughout whatever. So Dante was up there stinking it up because sometimes it's a hard room. It could be a hard
And you know what's
room.
crazy? Now that you said it, I'm like, damn, I ain't see Dante in a long time.
Yeah.
Did he leave town? After
Yeah,
that?
he don't do
man.
comedy no more. So,
Oh.
so the joke that I had was, wearing dress shoes. Like, what age you get when you wearing dress shoes? It'd be like, I like to go to a club where people got dress shoes on because they ain't gonna fight in dress shoes. It's gonna
Right,
be too
right.
slippery. They're gonna be slippery. Boom, 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 boom.
right.
So that was the joke. Whatever. So Dante went up there, was taking that L, and he just went straight into, yeah, man, some dress shoes. I was sitting in the back like, yo.
Man.
But the only reason, like, I could get mad because he came to me and was like, hey, bro, my fault.
Okay, yeah, he didn't.
And I kind of was like, yo, it's all good, bro. I'm glad that I was able to help you get out of that,
You're like,
stinker.
at least I see the joke works.
Yeah, man.
Wait, so my second question. Because you said people know when they stole a joke. What is stealing a joke? What is stealing a joke? Ladies and gentlemen, the intern Aaron has arrived with libations. Say what's up to the people.
Yeah.
Yo, what's stealing a joke?
Okay.
Because now, everybody has similar premises. Everybody has similar topics. So what's stealing a joke?
You go first, Fox.
It's stealing when you pass off. You know.
Let the people know. Let the
Oh,
people
yeah.
know. God first, get money. Rock the world.
God first, rock the world.
Ring.
Live.
Yeah.
You know that comic knows he's stealing. He heard that joke from whoever comic, and he does it. I don't care. There's one way. There's a couple different ways. One is you do it word for word, like you just don't give a damn.
Right.
I'm talking about word
That's what
for word.
That's what I call. You think you could whip my ass?
yeah,
Because if you do that, like you just think you could beat
yeah.
me up in a fight. Then
Facts.
he don't give a damn about you or nothing.
Right.
It's like word verbatim. Then you have the kind where they try to change some stuff up, like you ain't nobody gonna notice.
Right.
And then you have the blasphemous, worthy of burning in hell, where you have a premise and they take that premise that's so clean, that's so personal, and it's so yours, and then they do it, and it's like, oh, for real? Oh, so you know, whatever that joke is, so you had that personal experience too that's so unique to you, and put some other shit around it, like that's a sin against the art. So they know, and those people don't last. I can't think of a specific example of that for myself. Like that hasn't happened to me, but people have told me. One person in particular, a friend of mine is, yo man, it was D. Ellis out of Dallas. That's my guy. He said, yo man, my man, he did your bit, doc. To which I said, oh, you better do something. You better do something, because if he doing my little joke, he must have really needed it. So
Was this a big name comedian that did it, or like a major headliner?
no,
Just like
not even worth mentioning. I mean, it's like,
Wow.
but I'm like, that's messed up. And I remember I saw that cat, and I was like, oh, that's the dude that you said. It's somebody I didn't even really know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So now you got bad press in the street. You a joke thief to me. But if you, and that's one of the things that was put on here. Like, have you told somebody else? Like if I saw somebody.
I
Do you think it's your responsibility?
I think it is your responsibility.
Me too.
Just in general, but if it's a comic that you cool with, it's like, bro, that I can't let you do that. I can't let you do that. I can't let you do that because you heard it somewhere else.
Okay, so that's the rule.
So my thing, even with premises that you heard before, that's not it's not actually stealing.
No.
But if you heard the premise before, I'm like, why are you even doing that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
know you heard that somewhere before.
Right,
so
right.
why are you doing it? And I will ask you that. Hey, have you ever heard somebody do that thing you just said? Yeah.
Right.
So if you heard somebody do it before,
Right.
why are you doing it?
Right. And it's a comedian. It's different. We all get inspiration from different places.
Be inspired by, don't copy. That's what I was always told.
Don't
Be inspired by,
emulate,
don't
don't
copy.
imitate. I've heard it that way too. But if you're a writer's writer, you can't steal that without somebody noticing, especially if you're a working.
So I'm gonna let you get to your answer, but I want to tell you a story. So like you guys know, I used to be Tracy Morgan's opening act.
Right.
For like 2.5 years, I was Tracy Morgan's opening act. The best shit ever. Tracy would just give me so much game. After every show, he would entertain everybody. Anybody that wanted to come in the green room, the green room was a revolving door after the show. All his dudes, chicks, management, agency, people that just want to get a glimpse of him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was just the young guy starting out. Nobody knew who the fuck I was, but Tracy was showing mad love. He always showed mad love. And one night we somewhere on the road, and he gives the guy a guest set. Or maybe it was the host. I think it was the host that was a local host. And he was doing one of Tracy's bits.
Oh no.
And I'm talking about, I fucking flew backstage. Yo, I'm new. I thought that was like the greatest sin you could ever commit. I bust the green room door down. Yo, he did your bit about, he did the thing about. And Tracy's just like, come on, man. Come on, let him have it, T. Like, he said it, and I remember it to this day. My well too deep. My well is too deep. When you take water out of well, you're only taking the water from the top.
Yeah.
He's like, my well is too deep. Let him take it, because my well is too deep. He's like, just make sure you have a deep well. You make sure you have a deep well.
That sounds just like a
The motherfucker takes some water from the top. He's mad water left.
Make sure you have a
I
deep
was like,
well
damn,
then.
deep well.
Okay.
Deep well. So I never really trip over it, because I know how much I write. I know I write every day. I know I write every day. The guy that stole the joke don't know that. So it's gonna be. I'm gonna hit you with more and more hits, bro. I don't like the fact that you took my bit, but I'm gonna hit you with more hits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's stealing the joke?
So for me, I'm gonna say when you do a joke verbatim and also when you remix it, change up a few things. So like I had a signature joke. My signature joke that I was known for when I first got out to LA was cool, cool, cool. You know what I mean? So that was, a joke that people was like, oh, that's Trey Elliott.
Yeah.
So if anybody was walking around saying cool, 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 then they knew that
they had heard you.
That they had heard me say that. So even if you be like, bet. You remixing. You remixing certain words.
Copy.
Like I have a bit where I talk about soot. You know what I mean? What is that soot in your hair?
Yeah.
And I've never heard nobody.
You don't say soot.
Nigga,
You checking motherfuckers on soot.
Yeah.
That's how you say soot.
Yo, I've said in a lot of comedy clubs. By this time, we know a lot of our peers' material because we hear it. So I'm like, nigga, when you start saying soot?
Yeah.
Like
soot
that.
is a funny word, and I've never heard anybody say it. So I'm hearing you say it. So nah, that's mine now. you better figure out another motherfucking word. and it's those certain type of things that you be like, yeah, the nigga heard me say that, and he heard the reaction that the audience gave me, and that's a funny word. Let me try to sneak that word in. Yeah. Like it be simple. It be certain things like that comedians will take.
Right.
They will take your gestures.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I haven't once. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah. So stealing can come in different forms, man. When it comes to stealing in comedy, like I said, it could be verbatim. It could be the remix. It could be your gesture. You know what I
Whole
mean?
Style.
Yeah.
It's like your whole delivery style, like swag swiping ass comics.
So G,
It's like-
you know G, my brother. Y'all
Yeah.
know that. G was going out with Quake for a little bit. This was years back. This was years ago. G was going out with Quake. He might have went out with Quake for like 2 months.
Yeah.
I think I was filming, and he still wanted to go out. So Quake was like, "I'll take him." And after the 2 months was up, I went back out on the road, and G came to rejoin the tour. And that motherfucker had all Quake mannerisms. Like he was doing the stomach rub.
Yeah.
I was like, 2 shows in, I'm like, hey, yo, we got to talk, bro. Like, yo, you doing too much Quake. You just the move, not the bits, not the material.
Yeah.
Just like too much of the hitting the mic. And I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, nah, you doing too much.
It's like
Yeah.
you starting to fall into someone else's
yeah,
mold.
you starting to fall
And,
into
and it's understandable sometimes when you're looking and you're like, okay, like, subconsciously you might find yourself, but you got to really catch it. Like my first few years in comedy, I was Martin. I was Martin Lawrence. Like that's who I was.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I said my words, the way I cursed, it was like I am Martin Lawrence.
Right.
That's the person who inspired me to do comedy. Right. This is how my demeanor on stage. This is how I'm supposed to be.
It's funny how most of the cats from the DMV, that's y'all guy.
Yeah. And then once I found my own voice, and I was just like, yo, like, I got to figure out how to be, at that time, Trey Deasy. Then when I became Trey Elliot, I had to figure out who I was.
Who was that? What was that conversation? Who had that conversation with you that told you Trey Elliott was more marketable than Trey Deasy? Or was that a conversation?
Yo, so.
lost the corner
Because
of-
that's the conversation I have with every young comic I meet. The first thing they say, hey, I'm an up-and-coming comic. And I always say, don't call yourself up-and-coming.
Yeah.
Just say I'm a comic. Because if you say up-and-coming, you putting yourself in a category.
In a
that's
box
not-
like you knew.
Yeah, you putting yourself over there.
Green.
Like,
Yeah.
Be the same. Be one of us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't say up-and-coming, number one. And then number two, I always say, what's your name? If they say fucking, Skittles. I go, my very next question is, yo, fam, what's your real name? What's your government name?
Yeah.
Mike Davis. You don't think Mike Davis is more marketable than Skittles? I go, you tell me your God's honest opinion. Do you think Skittles is going to get a sitcom before Mike Davis? Do you think Skittles is going to be, you think you're ever going to see starring Skittles in a movie as opposed to starring Mike Davis? You ever think you're going to see executive produced by Skittles or Mike Davis? And then once I say that, they go, oh, yeah, I get it. And then sometimes I've had other comics that's like, nah, fuck that.
I'm
Like,
going.
fuck that. I'm bubblegum, nigga. Fuck it.
Egg foo young.
Yeah, and I wish them the best, and I keep it moving.
So, go ahead, Falcon.
Okay,
I'll
quick-
answer your question, Tom.
Quick story about that. Always use your name that you can cash a check. There's a legendary comedian from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. His name is Albert Goldsmith. Okay, Albert Goldsmith. That's his name, but he went by Denzel Snipes.
Oh, go ahead. I know him.
Okay.
I know him.
God rest his soul.
And his joke was,
R.I.P.
his joke was, he passed?
Oh yeah, he been gone for a minute. He been
Really?
Gone, for about,
Denzel
probably about
Snipes.
15, 12.
Oh,
12,
man, I didn't know he passed.
Yeah.
But I remember the joke, his opening joke was, I'm Denzel Snipes because I don't look like either one of those.
Either one,
motherfuckers.
yeah. Denzel Snipes. When he was starting out, he was doing whatever he was doing. He had the big gig. He got the big gig. Denzel Snipes did a good job. Here's your check. It was like a lot of money, but they put Denzel Snipes on the check, and he couldn't cash it.
Damn.
He couldn't pay his rent.
Damn.
Couldn't make his card note. So use your real name, your check cashable name.
Well, no, or get your LLC.
They said,
yo,
we
damn.
can't cash this. He said, oh, you
Motherfucker.
motherfucker. You motherfucker. I'm putting cases on all you tellers.
Bernie and that's hilarious.
Damn, I didn't know he, rest in peace. I didn't know he
Yeah,
passed.
that
Maybe
was
maybe
our
I
guy.
did hear he passed and I just forgot it because it's been so long. But
Yeah,
I
it's
remember
not
him.
long after I moved to LA.
I remember when I first started performing in Dallas, he would be at Arlington and Addison.
How you doing? I'm Denzel Snipes.
And yo,
Yeah.
bruh, I wish you knew who he was because
Yeah.
he looked nothing like
Like, no.
he looked
short,
like a
chubby dude,
chubby-
walking like a little waddle.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, he
little-
looked more like Danny DeVito than
Damn.
Black Danny DeVito. Yeah, he did. He was but that was our guy. Like whenever I started, he was there. But
he was the OG to when you started.
Yeah. To me, he was because he was the guy that was doing it way longer than me.
Yeah,
So
that was your OG.
but yeah, back to joke thievery.
No, hold on. I got
you got something,
but with the name.
Look at that.
It was before I moved to California, or I think probably maybe about 4 or 5 months before I moved to Cali. T-Rex had a partner named
Shout out to homie T-Rex. That's
had
my
a
guy.
had a homeboy named Sean Jokes. So Sean Jokes will host the open mics at Dave & Buster's or Jillian's on Tuesday. T-Rex will host the main show on Friday. So those are the two that was kind of telling me where to get up, how to get up, where to go.
The routine.
So I was going by Trey Deasy for for some years. From Atlanta through, my years in Maryland. So probably about a year or 6 months before I moved to LA, Sean Jokes, I was doing a room. And we were just sitting down having drinks. He was like, what's your middle name? I said, Elliot. He was like, you should go by Trey Elliot instead of Trey Deasy. And I was like, Trey Elliot. I said, I like it. And I said, I tell you what, when I move to LA, no one would know me as the Deasy. And when I got to LA, I started calling myself Trey Elliott. Now, mind you, Boogie moved with me. Boogie got to LA a month after I got to LA because he drove.
He said a month.
He drove his Durango, so he made.
Niggas left the same day.
He said a month after he did.
I got there October. Boogie got there November.
Hilarious.
True story. Me, Boogie, and my boy Ozzy. Rest in peace, Boogie. My boy Ozzy. We was all in the apartment, our 1-bedroom apartment, and Boogie was like, man, why you change your name, dog? Why you change your name from Trey Deasy? I said, Boogie, because we in LA now. I said, at that point, I was like, I'm trying to get this mainstream, cater to these white folks. White folks ain't gonna book me with no Trey Deasy. I'm like, it sound better.
Right.
And I was like, and to be honest, you should change your name. And don't go by Boogie. You should go by Brandon Montreal. Hell nah, dog.
Brandon Montreal?
His Boogie real name was Brandon Montreal.
Way more marketable.
He was like, hell nah, dog. I ain't never changing my name. You already acting Hollywood out here, dog. And me and Ozzy was like, Boogie, I'm telling you, Brandon Montreal will be much better than Boogie. I ain't never changing my name, dog. I'm always gonna be Boogie V. And boy, we argued for like an hour. You know what I'm saying about that. And Boogie was like, I ain't changing it, man. And he never changed. He left this earth. Boogie V.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rest in peace to my brother. Love you, boy.
Well, he told me your name was Trey Deasy because that's how I know it.
A lot of people still know me as it, so you'll still hear a few people like, yo, Deasy. You hear all my boys from Atlanta, all my brothers, Deasy, and the comedians before I moved to LA. If I would do like the Bay Area competition, I was doing that as Trey Deasy.
Okay,
so that's people would be like, yo, the Deasy. So that was my nickname even before comedy. Okay. You know what I mean? So that's how I chose Trey Deasy.
Your nickname was Deasy?
My nickname was Deasy.
What's the Deasy for?
Yo, it was just like, back then you just add a ZY to anything to give it. Like I was like the story don't make sense. It makes sense, but it don't make sense, but it makes sense. So it changed. All right, so in college I was a big Cisco the Dragon fan. I know, but he had a good first album, right? So I had a Cisco the Dragon. Well, I had a dragon chain. I went to the kiosk in the middle of the mall.
He said the kiosk in the middle of the mall.
With a dragon. Yo.
Okay, before you go any further, you apologize to Joe Fox for making fun of his corduroy pants.
I'm sorry, Fox.
Right now.
I'm sorry, man.
This nigga had a kiosk dragon.
There you go.
He didn't go see Diamond Man. He went to the kiosk.
I went to the middle of the mall, man.
Jacob
Lyric
Jeweler.
Square Mall. Yo, let me get that. I got Daytona Spring
How
Break.
big was it?
That shit,
medallion.
it was about that big.
It's
it was
a
about that
dragon.
big. It was a dragon.
Now continue, please.
So my boys knew that I was so they was like, they used to make fun of me and be like, look at TD. That was their inside jokes amongst the crew. I'd be like, yo, what is TD? The dragon. And so it just went from TD to they just made it a little bit more hip to the Deasy.
Yeah.
And then that's how I got the name, the Deasy. So, but it all started from that Cisco the Dragon chain.
Hilarious.
You know what I mean? So I used
See, these are the questions I have to ask because my nickname has always been Tony Rock.
right.
It's either Tony Rock, Tone Rock. I have the perfect last name that I could be myself at all times. I was never anything else.
Yeah.
In school, I was Anthony Rock. My friends I was Tone.
Right.
It's always been Rock. Like it's
So perfect.
Or some people just cut it short. It's like, yo, what up, Rock? But it's always been my actual name.
Yeah, yeah.
Tone Rock in the building.
For all y'all don't know, my real name is Tremaine, but Trey Elliot. Star is born.
And that's Craig.
You said, Craig, you ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. Yeah.
So what's your middle name? Anthony William Rock.
Anthony Rock. And I was gonna my whole entire life, I always said my firstborn son, I was gonna name him Anthony Rock. Just for the initials.
Yeah.
War. Yeah.
Huh.
I'm like, how can you I was like, how can you tell a kid named War to sit down? I'm like, how can you tell a kid named War to do his homework? Like, nah, nigga, you name me this.
That would have been dope though.
Yeah.
Fight.
Because my father's Julius Christopher Rock.
Okay.
And he named his firstborn Christopher Julius Rock.
Okay. Yeah, man. And what's your middle name?
Actually, Joseph is my
My middle name. Oh yeah. So
Joseph
Fox.
Yeah. Bleep that out. I don't want people to have don't want people to have my government name.
bleep mine too, my man.
That name is
filling out paperwork in my
Facebook. If Facebook made me use my real name after a while, I'm like, fuck you, Facebook.
Yeah, I use my middle name because that's actually my grandfather's first name. You know how you said they switch names around? That's what my family did with the males, the man child's, different combinations, or this is your first name. Well, that's my middle name. My brother's is like that. My father's is like that. And I'm like that with my grandfather.
You're going to do the same with your kids?
When they come around, yeah. I'll probably name them after my father and grandfather. I'll take a piece of their names.
They say that's the biggest way to honor somebody that passes, to keep the name going.
Yeah,
My son's name would have been Monroe.
Monroe.
Now Charleston, my brother Charles, and the city that my father's from is Charleston, South Carolina. My brother's name is Charles, so Charleston's first name was after my brother and after where we started. And then his middle name is Charleston Daniel Wesley Rock.
Okay.
So Daniel is his grandfather on his mother's side.
Okay.
Wesley is his great grandfather on my side.
That side.
My grandfather, his great grandfather. So I was like,
That's
I want to
dope.
honor everybody with this this miracle child.
See, that's what happens when you have kids at the appropriate age. Like you start having meaning, good meanings, man. I had my son at 19, so
You named him Bryce
like
after Groove Theory. You was fucking to the hotel, man. Do you want me to? You know what? I'm gonna name this nigga Bryce.
Yeah, man. You had kids at a young age, yo.
If it was a girl, it'd been Emile LaRue.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, man. So if I have another kid,
Shout out to Bryce, though. Shout out to Bryce, because I'm super impressed with his child. His child has graduated college. Great head on his shoulders, knows what he wants to do with himself.
And he had his crew. I love
at the show.
that. I love that,
super
man.
impressed. I look at your kid and I go, man, if Charleston turns out like that, I'd be very happy.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I already know I'm going to be an old dad. I'm going to be an old dad.
You want to be an old dad? Or?
No, I'm going to be. Like, if I am, I'm going to be. I ain't going to be no young dad.
Right.
My knees are going to be hurting. I'm going to have, braces on, knees. I'm going to have, what you call that, Bengay. I'm already starting to do that. I thought, you're so old, you got Bengay. Nigga, give me some of this roll on. You don't even have to put it on your hands now. You can just roll it on and, and it eases the knees and stuff like that when I work out and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't be so
Kids make you feel young, bro.
Yeah, no, you ain't going to need none of that, because when you have a kid, you're going to be a kid again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be a kid again. I'm going to be a kid and careful. That's what I'm going to be. I ain't breaking nothing.
All day, rolling around, playing with Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tonka trucks, all of that. I'm right back at it again. It's a better childhood now, because now I'm a kid with the knowledge of an adult. So it's better.
I noticed that when Charleston was like, you were very attentive to him, and the energy was like, hey man, it was always
That's my guy, man. That's the biggest blessing I've ever received.
Yeah.
That kid could play. That kid was made. Hey, he came to me and he said, You told him my name,
Yeah.
so now he says my first and last.
he calls him Joe Fox.
Oh, really?
He was standing up on that thing. He's, what you doing up there? He's like, Joe Fox, play with me.
Yo,
I was like, what?
Yo, Charleston has
Joe.
a lot of insight to the green room.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of green rooms.
that kid travels,
And
man.
let me tell you about Charleston, Tone's son. He will never go to sleep in the green room. I almost got him to sleep one time in Chicago.
Yeah.
I had him watching the tablet. I was holding him. I was like, all right, man, it's a late show. Let's go. And I almost had him. But I think you got off stage and something.
I gotta go say goodnight, everybody.
Yeah, but like, yo, that kid is active. He be in that green room chilling, playing in the ice.
Yeah.
Like my thing is, I let kids do bad stuff when their parents ain't around. I'm that person. Like even when I used to work at like T-Mobile and the kids would walk in the store, and I'd be like, yo, I give you 15 seconds to do whatever bad shit you want to do.
Yeah.
They'll take shit off take accessories off. I'll be like, yo, just go ahead. And so Tony be on stage. I'd be like, all right, Charles, what you want to do? I want to play in the ice. All right, go play in the ice. Just throw the ice. I just let him have a good time, man. But he be in that green room active, man. But
He with us next weekend. He with us next weekend.
Yeah. He's he's dope.
Oh, okay.
He's a good kid, man.
I'll just go get him and come back and bring him back the next day.
Yeah. So it remind me of my son because it was 5 guys when I had my child, you know what I mean? And if I had something to do, yo, Kijo, you got to watch him for a minute. Yo, Eli, you got to watch him for a minute. So, you know, when he come to the green room, like, all right, we holding him down, bro. Go do your thing.
You think you would have been the same way if it was a daughter?
That's a good question. Maybe so. You know, at my age, man, I was blessed to have neighbors. I had a lady by the name of Miss Tony who had daughters, and they would always take Bryce too. They be like, you don't know what you're doing with that boy. Go ahead, give me that boy. Y'all go out. You know what I mean? And so I feel like God would have put the right people in my life at that time if I had a daughter, so I would feel secure. But they're my bros, so. You know, everybody held it down, man. Like I'm thankful with the way Bryce came up and how everybody stepped in, man. With me having him at the young age and in college and trying to figure it out.
That's the thing about having Charleston out here is I wish I had more of a village. Like when I took him home for Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah.
My mom's, all my brothers, his cousins, my nephews, my sister, his aunt, everybody just. Like
you could take a nap.
Circle the wagons. No, I literally went and did a show. I had a show with Rob Stapleton, and it was so funny because I kept calling my mom. I was like, "Hey, is he okay?" She's like, "You know, I raised a bunch of kids before. Right? I did this for. You know, I did this with you." And I'm like, "I know, but you know, he's different. It's my baby. You know." And I like every half hour, like, I would text her, "Is he up? Yeah, he's up. He's right here laying here watching TV. What's he watching?" He's just because I'm like, I want to know what he watching, what he eating. She tried to give him jelly beans one day. This is my mother. Hey, Charleston. I was like, no, he can't eat that. And she was like, oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like, all right. But she understood. She was like, this is how he wants his child to be raised.
Yeah.
Now us, she would have just shoveled jelly beans into our mouths. Like, that's my baby. It's not the same rules that don't apply.
Yeah, nah, man. So yeah, that's a good thing, man. When they around that village, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can. You know, you get comfortability around the people that he's around.
I think about it too. I think about like every once in a while when I'm like with him and he's just like wants to play and is not really. We can't get a play date with his friends because they're busy. And I'm like, man, he need more siblings, man. Or I just need to, like, I really need to consider moving back home just for the fam. But I don't know.
You want your kids to grow up how you grew up in that sense of family,
right?
And
but you don't want them to grow up.
How you grew up.
Right.
That's why I said in a sense of family.
Yeah.
Like if you were close with your cousins,
right.
you want your kid to be close to their cousins. You know what I mean? If your kids was around aunts and uncles.
You just want your child to have the good parts of your childhood.
Of your child, exactly.
Right. Because that's what you're essentially doing is you're rebuilding your childhood around them and you're trying to put the best.
That's why that's why I'm saying it's going to be better. You're going to have another childhood when you have your kid because you know better now. You know what you really want around your kid and who you want around him and things you want to learn and all that stuff. So like even when Charleston's in school now, I'm like, oh, that's really good for him. It's really helping his development.
I have untapped dad. I think I'm going to be a great father. You know, whenever they come along, because I have that much more wisdom. I just hope that I'm not like too old for him.
You're never too old, man.
You'll be
all right.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just think like as an old man, like, I don't want to cross over into the grumpy old man before.
What's my man that just had a kid? Al Pacino just
Al Pacino,
what,
yeah.
78? Something like that, had a kid with a 35-year-old.
You
And
damn
now
it.
look, and now they're not together no more. He paying her like 30 G's in a month.
month.
in
She
child
won.
support.
She won.
And she got a baby with like Mick Jagger, one of them. Like
Damn.
Mick Jagger?
I think she got a baby with Mick Jagger. I'm guessing
Yeah.
He older than him.
Another like-minded celebrity she has a kid with as well.
Yeah.
Like Al Pacino and somebody else.
Oh, she running
Yeah.
through the legends is what she's doing. Damn.
The only thing, Fox, when you have your kid, yo, you gotta. My only advice to you is you gotta stay cool. You know what I mean? Because that's one of the perks. You know what I mean? When I used to go to Bryce's school and bring the cupcakes and stuff, I was a young parent, so I'm cool. I'm like, yo. Kids like, oh my God, Bryce, say your dad? Wow, Bryce, your dad. He's
your
cool.
dad?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, calm down, kids. What's up? I was just a cool dad. I'm young.
Yeah.
You see an old father's stomach out the hair, picking up their
Yeah.
kids.
Hilarious.
And I'm there with a do-rag on. I'm like, yo.
Mine's is different because I go to pick Charleston up and they go, that has to be Charleston's dad. He's the only black dad here. He's the only black dad here. Charleston.
Yeah.
Hilarious. I have a white godson, and so that's the closest thing. I hardly see the young man, but one time I went.
How old is he?
Now he's 15, I believe.
Oh, damn.
How you get a white guy? So he was your roommate and
Roommate in
parent
college.
was a roommate in college.
I grew up with the kid. Like we're like brothers from other mothers, so we're tight like that. And I'm always watching him grow.
Yeah.
His name's Griffin. He plays the guitar. But one time when he
Yeah,
was
if your
real
name
young,
is Griffin, it comes to the talk.
yeah, man.
His name, what's his name, Mom? Griffin? Okay,
Yeah,
guitar.
Yeah. But
Here's your bong, Griffin.
hopefully he'll stay away from that. But when he was young, I went to a little school, private little school, whatever, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go pick him up. No, my friend told me to go in there, go and get him. I said, are you crazy, man? This school's white as hell. They're gonna call the cops on me. I'm gonna ask for your son. Are you crazy? And I was like, all right. I went in there, and I said, I'm here to see Griffin Wallace, and they're like, looking at me like, and you're who? I said, oh, I'm his godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at me like,
You should have
what?
said, I'm his godfather.
Yeah, I just said that. But then just that he came running out, and he goes, hey! And he jumped in my arms. I said, I told you. I
Yeah,
was
man.
his godfather. And I walked off with him, and then that's when his dad walked in. He said, it's okay. I said, man, don't get me arrested. It's just, don't get me arrested.
So let me ask you this then, Tone. With you being a father, has Charleston inspire you to do any material based
Oh
off
no,
of him
I've been
or
writing.
about him?
I've been writing baby material since before he was even born.
Okay.
I just got to get it on stage. Like I was telling, it was you or Rico the other day about how Charleston has this thing where we'll be having a conversation and he'll go from fantasy to reality like that and won't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
So one day we were driving and we saw, true story, we were driving and we saw an industrial tow truck, like a giant tow truck towing a garbage truck. And Charleston's very much into trucks. So he was like, Dad, look at that big tow truck. And I'm like, oh, wow, it's towing a garbage truck. I never saw that before. I'm like, oh, look at that kiddo. And we just watched it go down the street. A couple days later, he's like, Dad, we saw a garbage truck towing, we saw a tow truck towing a garbage truck. And I'm like, yeah, we saw a tow truck towing a garbage truck. And then we turned that into some game. We just kept saying, I saw a tow truck towing a school. And he would go, I saw a tow truck towing a building. And I would go, I saw a tow truck towing a dinosaur. And then I saw a tow truck towing, and he says, I saw a tow truck towing the moon. And the correlation with the moon is the ocean, right? So I said, I saw a tow truck towing the ocean. And that motherfucker snapped out of fantasy into reality so fast. I saw a tow truck towing the ocean. Well, Dad, a tow truck couldn't tow the ocean.
I was like, what?
The ocean is water, and you couldn't hook the ocean up to tow it, Dad. So that
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, how? I thought we was playing a game. Like, why it's not a game no more when I say mine?
Right.
And then he went right back to it like, I saw a tow truck towing an airplane. I'm like, nah, nigga, we can't.
Yeah.
If we're going to keep it real, we got to keep it real.
No, they can't tow no airplane.
yeah.
No.
So I was like, yo, this dude, just everything about him, man, it's just so dope. Like,
Yeah, man.
So dope.
Yeah, man.
So conversational, so many words.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
Just, like,
realize it.
Says words, and I'm like, I didn't even know he knew that one.
I did not realize he was so.
Dad, I think that's a
conversational.
great idea. I'm like, okay, that's a great idea.
Yeah, he uses full sentences. I'm like, man, how do you know them words like that?
And a lot of people think being a parent, when you're a comedian and a parent, Like, well, are you always doing joke time? Are you, are you, and I'm like, nah, like we know how to separate it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
We know how to definitely separate it. I mean, my son is 23. So, he's at the point where he gets to hang out with us, go to the shows.
Yeah. He gets the best. He gets to go to the show and the
after party. You know what I mean? He helps sell T-shirts sometimes. He just gets to, so it's a different thing for him. So my relationship with him is, of course, he's mature now. So we can talk about different things. We can laugh at different things.
Right.
He can help me with material. I have a lot of material about him, so he inspires a lot of my material. You know what I mean? But even when he was little, I would then try to take those experiences I had with him and try to put it on the stage. You know what I mean? Because my first joke that hit was about Bryce.
Really?
The first joke that got the most consistent laughs, that I was like, oh, I got it. All you got to do is find your first funny joke to get that confidence and be like, oh, shit, I got it. Now I got
everything. Your first everything is the most important.
And it was about him. I was like, yo, I'm a brand new father, y'all. I just had a son. And the audience clapping it up. Like, he too. Just found out about him yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, that was the first. And niggas stole that joke too. So I had to talk to him about that. Hey, nigga, I did this 17 years ago.
That'd be tripping me out, man. People would take your, like, this is your...
You can show them the joke.
But see, that's why I asked the question, like, what's a stolen joke? Because some stuff that comics know, it just belongs to the comedy universe. I'm going to tell you an interesting story. So I've heard it before. I know I did not own it. But it fit the joke I was telling, so I put that piece in. I used to do this joke about, I would say, like, if there's any gay people, I would say a joke with reference to gay people. Then I'll go, if there's any gay people in here, I don't want no problems. Like, y'all are cool with me. Like, I don't want y'all protesting after the show.
Right.
And then I would do the whole day outside protesting. And then I'm like, and then, if you really get in trouble with them, you got to go on TV and give a prepared statement, right? And then I'd say something else about it. And then I go, or they make you do a gay public service announcement. And like, hey, I'm Tony Rock. Earlier in the show, I said a joke that was, offensive. I don't mean anything by it. And then I would say, and remember, if you could take a dick, you could take a joke.
Right.
I know 100,000,000% that that's not original to me.
Right.
I did not write that. That's a saying that the comedy universe owns.
I agree.
I've heard Tracy Morgan say it. I've heard Carlos Mencia say it. I've heard, I think, Damon Wayans say it. It's universal. It's like there's a shelf of sayings that like in the comedy world we just go, I'm gonna use that, take that off the shelf.
Use that
but I gotta put it back. I gotta put it back because I can't act like it's mine.
Right.
Now here's the funny thing. I told that joke one night in Ontario.
Okay.
There was a comic there that saw me do the joke. He was with a young lady. He told the young lady, yo, he stole that joke.
Dang.
Wow.
The young lady was friends with one of my guys. So she told him, hey, this guy said Tone stole that joke. So I reached out to him. I said, hey, man, I never even tried to front like I wrote that. Like, that's not something I would even claim was mine. The comedy community owns that bit. That piece, that none of the whole 99% of the joke was written for me.
Right.
That 1% I
tagged
used to tag it. Yeah. So I was like, yo, bro, you heard what you told the young lady. Like, I never claimed that I own that. That's just something that it fit the joke, so I put it in there. And he was like, he denied it, but it was weird.
Go ahead.
I was about to ask. That's funny that you say that. What are some other, like, this is the comedy community jokes or sayings are there? Let's think of, like, what are some of those other things where you're just like, yo, I could borrow that, put it back. Because it's a few of them out there. I don't know if we can think of them right, but I know there are a few.
I think they're like jokes, I don't even call them jokes. They're just like little tags, comic toolkit. Hey, you got to be able to know when to use this. Like someone's heckling you, the heckler comebacks. Like there's some standard.
Yeah, like about people talking. Where'd you learn to whisper?
In a helicopter.
That's on the shelf. Like nobody owns that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, that like everybody can use that. It's like a buffet of material that you can. Oh, anybody can sample. That's for everyone.
Right.
Jump on the bed. You know that one?
What?
I don't jump.
Jump on the bed when you're doing your job.
Oh yeah. I don't go to McDonald's.
I don't go to McDonald's. I don't do this while you're
You
doing
do
that. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
right.
another
And you
one.
can plug anything into that.
Nobody owns that.
It's
Right.
like the Mr. Potato Head of comebacks. You can plug in and play. And there's so many.
So how about this one? My girl told me to take her somewhere expensive. I took her to the gas station. Now I done heard 20 niggas use that.
If they put it,
instead of comedy.
if they put it in a book, like that sounds like something like Rodney Dangerfield or Milton Berle would say. Like,
Yo,
in the book.
I just want to know if that's one of the ones you can borrow and put back. Because I done heard 20 niggas say that, and I'm like,
Yeah, they got the book.
I'm
They got
like,
the
Even
book.
any of those gas so high jokes. Gas so
Gas
high
so high.
jokes. Yo, nobody owns those, man.
I'd be like,
Nobody owns those.
Gas is higher than eagle pussy.
Yeah.
be like-
Yeah.
It's like
Giraffe pussy,
giraffe
eagle pussy.
anything that sits up high.
Yeah, that's on the shelf. Eagle pussy, giraffe, giraffe pussy. Is on the shelf.
anytime I hear gas so high, I'd be like, oh.
Yeah. Here we go. But look, that's the challenge for what we do. The challenge is, okay, excuse me. The challenge is, we know that these things have been done.
Right.
Don't use those. Make the new one.
Right. Yeah. Say.
I
without
say
saying.
all the time, you guys have heard me say this a million times. Everybody has a joke about this, and this. I just make sure mine's is the best one.
Right.
There you go.
Everybody has a joke about the fight on the dock in
Yeah.
Alabama. I put my joke over anybody's.
I haven't heard anyone.
Mine's is the best one. Now, that could be just my opinion, but
Yeah.
mine's is the best one. Everybody had a black president joke. Mine's was the best one that I heard.
Right.
That's the challenge. When I
Yeah,
write
nah.
the joke, and every comic watching, when I write the joke, the first thing that comes to me, I throw that away.
There you go.
Because I know the comics that aren't challenging themselves are going to use that right there.
Use that joke.
They're not going to go down deeper into the well. So the first thing, trash.
So, have you ever here's an example of that. Have you ever did a joke like that and someone else did it or tells you that they did it and you abandoned it?
No, I've heard that happens a lot. You do a joke and then somebody like, hey man, I got a bit just like that. That's kind of like the cheat code for I'm gonna steal your bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facts.
Hey man, I do something just like that, and you've never heard them do it.
Right. And
So
they
then
do
my
it.
thing is, all right, well let me know when you're going up because I want to see it.
Right.
And if it looks like they just winging it, then I know they're
Yeah,
lying.
you just trying to take
I was
Yeah.
eating, and the guy was like, nah, you winging it, bro. You didn't have a bit.
When I first started out, I had a joke that was about minimum wage, and the joke was, I don't remember verbatim, but it was like one of my first jobs was working at Chuck E. Cheese Pizza. I was making minimum wage, and I was so proud. I told my father, he said, yeah, it's minimum wage though. You know what that means? It means your boss doesn't like you very much, because if it was up to him, he wouldn't pay you anything. Okay, that was the joke. Roman Murray came up to me and said, hey man, you know Chris Rock does a joke like that.
Yeah, his is minimum wage means if I could pay you less, I would, but it's against the law.
So to
Yes,
me,
I know all my brother's jokes.
so to me, I was like, I don't want to be known as a joke thief,
Right.
and I never did it again after that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so
That's good.
But I wrote it. Like I didn't even hear it. So he's like, man.
But then the challenge is to go back in
Yeah.
and write something that's not even in that same vein that hits.
yeah.
That's
So-
the challenge. I think a lot of comics, and I'm not saying you in this regard, but I think the problem is a lot of comics don't challenge themselves. Well, first of all, let's go even further, and we could go into this if you want to. I think 70%
Okay.
of comedians, working comedians today, are just doing this shit because they don't want to do something else.
You know what?
70% of these motherfuckers just don't want to have a 9 to 5, or it's they don't want a 9 to 5. They doing it for the chicks. They doing it because they know a person that like they're friends with a bigger comic that they can travel with. We had this conversation the other day. Remember? I said if you a comic,
Yeah.
did we do this last podcast?
We
was it-
might have. Go ahead, finish
If
your
you're a
thought.
comic
Yes.
that is a friend of a big name comic, you get the same perks as that guy. You get to travel.
Right.
If he's a big name, you're gonna fly private with him.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat at the same restaurants. You're gonna fuck chicks that are adjacent. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna get the dime. You're gonna get the 7.
Yeah, that's
You're gonna
good.
get the 7.
Depending on what
right?
city you in.
So if you content with living that way, living like a lower standard than what you possibly could, you could live a good life. That's just not for me. I've always wanted to be top dog.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying top dog over anybody. I always aspired for the top spot.
Right. You don't want to play yourself short as far as taking the game, seriously.
I think 70% of the
I think more than that. It's weird when you can
That's
see
a lot. If you say more, 75. Well, I mean,
but it is a lot. I mean, how many comedians do you know? It's like
I know a lot. It's a lot.
On all levels, there's so many comedians. Like the people who actually get to the point where they have a respectable act. Like it takes years, we know that, but are they still doing it?
Right, but I don't think a lot of them even care to have a respectable act.
Right.
That would take some work. I think they just go, I got this fucking 15 minutes of bullshit I do,
and I'm going.
and I'm required to do 15 minutes.
Right.
So I'll just...
And I think a lot of times too, and even take with that 70%, let's take the other 30 that are really about that life. Out of that 30, you still have 20% of that 30 that's still doing the same shit.
Yeah, no. I think that 30, I think 10% of that 30 is just working, I'm just gonna tread along.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make no waves.
Right.
But I'm here. I'm in the 30%. I'm people think, hey, he's pretty funny, But you're gonna be like, I heard that last time. You did that last time.
Yeah, you definitely have to evolve. Like I think everybody.
Then the next 10 is really trying to get it, love the art form, understand it, know the history of it, know how to write, what to write. They know the workings of the art form, and then that other 10% is upper echelon motherfuckers. That's like, yo, that motherfucker's bad. Yeah,
there's so many different levels to that. I think because you have the comedian that does do the same act all the time, but he worked 30 years to get that, and like you expect that. I mean, he has some variation, but it's like, yo, I'm talking about verbatim timing, everything. He got it like it's a damn record playing. He's like, oh yeah, it's my part coming up here. You can like expect it, but you respect him as an artist to do that. But if he evolves and does new jokes, that's great too.
I don't think any comedian in 30 years should have the same material.
I don't think they should either, but I'm saying
Byron Allen.
No. We naming names on this podcast.
Yo, I saw Byron Allen last year. Last year did a joke about, man, you put your dime in the phone, and you gotta say, hey, you gotta call operator to get your dime back, and she says, well, send me your address and we'll send you the dime back. First of all, the stamp costs more than the damn dime. I'm like, bro, where the fuck?
Okay, I remember that.
Show me the payphone, number one. Right. Show me a stamp that costs 25 cents.
Right.
Yo, it's so much wrong with this joke, bro. There's so much. I'm like this nigga. What's a dime?
Right. Nobody got changed no more.
When you work to get a respectable act, you ride that. It's like it's on an album. It's those jokes. You evolve past that. That's cool. I'm not suggesting. Oh, you've been telling
once it's on an album,
jokes.
you retire it. Once you do the material, once it's on a special or an album, it's retired.
Yeah, you should.
The thing is, when it comes to the new material, a lot of comedians are scared of silence on stage. A lot of comedians are scared to fail, or a lot of comedians are scared for that new bit not to work. I've been on shows where, like, just take Chocolate Sundays, for example, where, certain comedians be like, yo, like, I just destroyed. They'll go before me, I just destroyed. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, you destroyed, but ever since I've been out here, it's the same thing you've done over and over and over again. I said, I'm about to do some new shit. Like, I'm about to, you know what I mean? Because I learned my evolution in comedy, for me personally, when I stopped being scared of silence is when I grew as a comedian. When I was like, yo, like, I want my audience to do this, this, and this. And sometimes I want my audience to really listen. I don't want a laughing reaction. I want more of a, wow. Or like hands on, hands in cheek, like, yo, what he's about to say next? Because like we were saying before, there's other reactions of killing besides laughter.
Right.
On the stage. And this is, like I said, this is me personally. Because I've had this conversation, argument in deep debate with a lot of other comedians. So the minute I was like, yo, like, I'm really about to talk about what's happening what's going on with me. Because for me, I do a lot of personal bits, right?
True.
And if people don't know you, if you not like the big names, like if they ain't come to see me, a lot of times they're like, I don't give a fuck about your personal. So I had to figure out a way to make them give a fuck about my personal.
Right.
And sometimes that meant me taking some L's, quote unquote L's on stage to figure out how to make that personal, correspond with the audience to where they're invested. But a lot of comedians, they're satisfied with just ripping, doing the same thing. And I look at that like you, this like
All
you
right,
playing ball.
can I tell a couple stories real quick?
Yeah.
So one thing that my brother taught me early on that he credited Damon Wayans with teaching him early was to get comfortable in the silence. That's where you find the bit. When you up there and it's 150, 200 people in the comedy club just watching you and you like this in your head just trying to figure that shit out in your head. And you come out with it and it hit. Get comfortable in this right here. That's where you find it.
Yeah.
That's where you find it.
You have those moments of clarity, and it's like, okay.
When you get calm, when you get calm, that's when you get clarity.
There you go.
When you get quiet, that's when you get clarity. So that was one. And I remember vividly when I first started doing stand-up, my brother calls me one night, one day. You went on stage last night? Yeah, I killed. How much time did you do? I had a 5-minute set. I bodied it. Word? Okay, that's what's up. You got a set tomorrow? Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Calls me the next day. Went on stage last night? Yeah. I'm telling you, man, I'm nice. Like, nigga, I killed again. Like, I'm telling you. 5 minutes? Yeah. That's what's up. When's your next set? Thursday. Calls me Friday morning. How was your set? I'm telling you, bro, you got to see this shit. I'm killing these motherfuckers. And he goes, like, a couple of nights of that shit.
Yeah.
And he says, let me ask you a question. Are you doing the same 5-minute set every time? Yeah. All right, well, check this out. Call me when you bomb. I was, why? Because when you bomb, at least I know you're trying new material. That 5 minute works already. That 5 minutes works already. What the fuck you doing that for? Call me when you bomb, so that way I know you're doing new material. So that. And then the third thing was just a note. I think way too many comics throw around the word killed, destroyed, and he's a beast.
Yeah.
Way too much. Way too much. Man, you seen so-and-so, he a beast. And then you see him like
why?
this is the beast?
Yeah.
But do we know what it, like, I know everybody got their own interpretations of this and that, but bruh, like, that's not a beast.
Yeah.
Or that was not killing, or that was not destroying.
Yeah.
That was an okay set, bro.
You talking about beast? People, oh man, I beasted that. Yeah. Don't say that about yourself. I mean, I'm a pretty modest guy. Like I was like, yeah, I had a great set.
Nah, sometimes I be like, sometimes I get off stage like,
Let me tell you.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yo, it's something like I'm probably I have the most like realist, like I can see what's really happening.
Okay.
Sometimes I get off stage and be like, oh, shit. I'm motherfucking.
I agree.
But
with
sometimes I get off stage and be like, I did my motherfucking thing. Like I'd be like, yo, I beasted that night. And some nights I get off stage and be like, it was about a 6, 7. Sometimes I get off stage and be like, yeah, nigga, well, go ahead, give him a try, Tone.
But you just got off stage though. You have the just got off stage. How do you feel about it set? But when you walk around, you ain't did a set yet. He's like, hey, how is he? Oh man, he's a beast. Is he? Or and then you see him, it's like, nah. Or you say that about yourself. He's like, man, I be killing that shit, man. I'm like, nigga.
All right, now here's
easy.
This is the insight. We said this is live from the green room. We giving them insight into the green room. This is the insight that people really want right here. As far as myself is concerned, so I'm speaking for me. These guys know me. These are my dudes. These are my brothers. They know when we in the room with the people, like after the show, taking pictures, signing autographs. I am the most humble soul in the world. Oh, that was a great show. You guys were all amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming out. I really appreciate it. You guys know that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, mate. Oh, this is my 3rd time seeing you. Oh, God bless you. Thanks for coming back again. I appreciate that. I'll see you next time. Oh, this is my 5th time seeing you. Hey, man, you know what? Next time, don't even buy tickets. Show's on me. My treat to you and your lady or you and your brother. I appreciate that, bro. Love. But when I'm in that green room, You can't find a motherfucker cockier than me. Yeah. When I'm in that green room, these niggas, I'm like, yo, I'm the best, nigga. I'm the fucking best, yo. Them niggas can't touch me. Like,
I stand
but when
on
the people
that.
there, I'm like, hey, thank you so much, thank you. And I think that's the line you have to walk. You got to still be confident in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't let it go to your head.
Right.
Don't now. Keep in mind what I'm saying. I'm saying as far as you and your friends are concerned.
Yeah.
The people that know you and they won't take it the wrong way. You can talk like that.
Yeah.
Because they know he had a good set. He's just in his feelings. He's on that high.
Yeah.
But never let the people see that because they don't know how to determine whether or not that's your real personality or not. And they don't do this.
Yeah, and that's
so they don't know this world. That's going to come off incredibly cocky, arrogant, pompous to them. So if you don't know this world, you can't talk about it like that around them.
Nah, that's facts, man. Like even
superheroes can't talk about their superpowers around mortals.
Exactly, nah,
Y'all
facts.
flying around.
So I was up there, shot me with the laser, and that shit didn't even hit me, and I
They'll be like, what?
I was running at super speed the other day.
Nah, that's real, man. Like even this past week, like I felt like this past weekend we were in where were we? We were in
Hartford, right?
Connecticut.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we was in Dayton.
So I felt like, you know, inside the green room. So, you know, this is where you get the honest shit here. So I felt like after my sister passed in July, I didn't really take no break from the stage. So I felt like all of the shows that I was doing, they were good. The majority of them were good. I was like, okay, but I wasn't feeling something. I wasn't feeling something inside of me. So I was getting off the stage in some of those cities like, all right, I mean, the audience was laughing, but I felt like I ain't really been whatever. And then some cities I was just like, man, that shit ain't go good at all. Like, I just wasn't satisfied at all. And I promise you, I was feeling like that. I was just like, damn, Trey, like internally, the audience don't whatever, but just me.
Yeah, they really know.
I was like, yo, Trey, like you, whatever, like you got to fix whatever is going on. So, promise you, when I went to my mom's for Thanksgiving, and you know, I was just in my feelings. She had these big pictures of my sister up, and I'm just emotional. I'm like, damn. And when I was at my mom's house, I was like, all right, I gotta go to Connecticut this, Friday. I said, it's time. To me, I was like, something that's clicked in my mind. I said, yo, when I go to Connecticut, I think whatever I'm going through, dealing with, I feel like I'm gonna turn that corner. Cause I want to talk. Like I'm a comedian, I have to talk about certain things. I just have to. It's my therapy. Right. So I was like, yo, I gotta start talking about these situations that are really happening and really get it out. And when I went to Connecticut, I did that. And even when I got back to the green room, you gave me a couple of pointers. He was like, yo, the Mom Lewis bit, yo, you should do it like, do this, change it like this, change it like that. Even that small change hit so hard. It hit, like, I was like, yo, this shit smooth sailing. It made me more comfortable going into the other bit, talking about my sister. And that's all new material. And I got off the stage all weekend, like, yeah.
Just so y'all know, whenever I give any comedian a tag and they use that shit and it works, I don't say I told you so.
Yeah.
I don't say, yeah, nigga, whatever. I just wait till they get off stage and I go, see?
Yeah. I was about to say, you say something.
I say, see? Yo, when you say that, you saying this, they do it, boom.
Yeah.
See?
and it's still, and I was like, yo, like the material is coming together. Like the new stuff is starting to come together. And the stuff that I was kind of struggling with internally with what I wanted to talk about, I felt like I got to another level with talking about it. It ain't perfect.
No, it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah,
it's a progression.
It ain't where I want it.
So next week it'll be a little bit better. Next week it'll be, that's the task. The task now is, you have a new task now since you have to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming you love it still and you want to do it. So, like, your sister's gone. Of course, we're going to miss her. We're going to talk to her all the time. But now your new task is going forward as Trey Elliot after the death of Kim.
Yeah, and it's like, how is that material going to work? Like, then even talk about the whole the marriage stuff. I'm like, yo, how like me developing this material. But then it goes back to that first show we did in Jacksonville 2 years ago. I haven't done 30 and I can't tell you when. So Jacksonville was me like, all right, well, I really did just have hemorrhoids a couple of weeks ago.
Hilarious.
Let me talk about that. Like,
Yeah.
really, that's how that's how I came in Jacksonville. I was like, I had just 12s, a 12 here and different 12 there, and whatever, but it had been, a minute because you don't really do 30.
Right.
So it was a minute that I had did 30 and had it all together. So I was just putting a bunch of my 12s, and then like probably by the end of that weekend in Jacksonville, I was like, okay, I got a 30, I got a 30-ish that I'm okay with. And then by that third or fourth city, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm smooth sailing now with that.
Yeah, what you were saying earlier about your sister passing, like we as comics, we have to compartmentalize our pain so we can do these punchlines, you know what I'm saying, and make the other people laugh. And then like we go into the green room, we're like, oh, okay, second show. And like,
Well, it's a show for them, but it's therapy for us.
Yeah, it is.
The people in the room sitting there, it's just a show for them. But for us, it's like, yo, you don't even know how much I need this.
I will say this, and I've told you this before, I would not be the comic that I am today. I'd be a different type of comic if I wasn't on the road with you, because the pain and experiences and the frustrations that I had, like just being married, or being a frustrated husband. I wouldn't call that marriage. That was like,
Joe Fox, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, he just pulled the screen back like, I wouldn't call that shit marriage.
I wouldn't even call it. I was like, I was just a husband. Like, he's just a husband. I kind of felt like that, but this dude saw the fall in the rock bottom emotionally. Like, hey, what's going on? I mean, not just so much my material. It's just me. And there was one time where the old, what do you call it? Ball and chain battle act. What do you call it?
Ball and chain?
Yeah. Is it ball and chain?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Her, the better or for worse, whatever half is, the other part. You know what I'm saying?
For better or for worse? What are you saying?
The wife. Okay, yeah. The wife
yeah.
came. It was bring your wife or let your wife come to the show day. And
You and I?
Yeah.
Where were we at?
This was in Addison. This was in
Okay,
Addison.
okay.
And she
I must have had something nice there that night.
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Addison, Texas, boy. I know I had something nice there.
We're not going there for New Year's.
I know I had something nice. We're not going there.
We're going to Arlington.
We're going Arlington, New Year's Eve weekend. Get your tickets, baby. ImprovTX.com. So we was in Addison. She came. She was there. We came separately. She was there. I'm going to come to this show. I was like, fine. I can roll out to the red carpet and stuff like that. What are you guys doing after the show? Oh, we're going to go to this lounge or something like that. And then went to the hotel before you got off stage. So back then, we was doing host, feature, headliner. I did my part, waiting on Tony, during which time we went to the hotel.
That's when the hotel's right across the street, right?
I think this is the, I can't remember, Intercontinental, whatever it is.
Yeah. Right across the street.
Yeah, right down the street. So we went there, argument, conversation, and show's over. Phone rings. Fox, what are we doing? I was like, hey, man, we not. Hey, quick. You remember that?
I already know.
I said, same. He said, that nigga got
Wait,
mad.
how you have an argument after the show? You just came and saw one of the dopest comedy shows ever. You should be in, to my hut, you should be in such high spirits and you just saw your man do this, that you should be in, the last thing you should be thinking about is having an argument with this man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was like embarrassing. It was like, back turned to the
But
window.
it wasn't even, I remember that, it wasn't even like, nah, man. It was like, yo, Fox, what's good? Everybody was ready.
Yeah.
Like, all the cars are
They was
pulling up.
waiting on me.
Everybody in their cars like, yo, you riding with him? I'm riding with Shorty right here. Yo, baby girl, follow us. Well, Fox at? Yo, Fox. Hey, man. It was like that. It wasn't like, yo, right. It was like, hey,
man, we
Yeah.
He's like,
nah, nigga, let's go. Y'all, let's go.
The next night, Rock had his Tim's on, and he's sitting in the seat, and I walked in. He was like, Fox, what we doing tonight? I was like, man, we gonna go. He's like, you sure? I think it was, man, I was like, oh, damn, I was a party pooper.
Yeah.
But I would be a different kind of comic if I didn't have someone an outlet after the show because that's how we
Right,
rock.
right.
Yeah,
We
man.
go to the show and we go to an after spot, whether it be music or we let off
Food,
steam.
music, yeah.
Steam let off after
No,
the show.
I think people don't realize. You guys comics? You a comic?
Yeah.
The Doe. Of course, I knew you were a comic. Okay, so it's 1, 2. It's 5 comics in here. So y'all know that once we get off stage, it's like that's such a high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say goodnight, the average view, the comedy club, patron doesn't
Right.
realize when we say goodnight, yo, we fucking
Up there.
Yeah.
especially if you have a good set.
Yeah.
If you have a monster set, you on the sun.
Yeah.
A good set, you at least on Saturn somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that shit is such a high. You gotta I gotta
something.
come down. I gotta just
Come down.
let's go sit somewhere. Let's go hear some music. Let's do something that doesn't involve us being
Yeah.
the
Right.
show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I enjoy that so much sometimes where I be like, I don't even want to headline by myself. I just want to just be like, yo, fuck it. Yeah, I can headline, but
That's the gift and the curse. my friend.
let's just keep the
No, listen,
the thing.
that's the gift. That's the gift and the curse.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
go back to my brother again. I tell a lot of stories about my brother because there's a lot of parallels into the business, the things I've seen him go through. So when my brother had the show on HBO, the Chris Rock show. He hired Wanda Sykes, he hired Louis C.K., he hired Chuck Sklar, he hired what's my man's name? Why am I getting his name right now? He wrote on Everybody Hates Chris. Ali Leroy
Yeah.
and who played Pootie Tang? What's his name? Wayne.
I forgot his name.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, so he hired these 5 people. They were all writers and performers on the Chris Rock show on HBO. Show blew up, massive success. What happens? Wanda gets hired, gets to do her own show on Comedy Central. Louis C.K. goes on a big tour that he's headlining. Chuck Sklar goes to write on everything. Everybody Loves Raymond. Ali Leroy goes to write on different movies and projects. And my brother replaces them with a new cast of people. And he walks in the office one day, and he sits at the same seat he always sits in, but now Wanda's not there, Louis not there, Ali's not there, Wayne's not there, and he says, "Oh shit, this is a job now.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
want a job. I just wanted to work with my friends, but now these aren't my friends.
Yeah.
Now it's a job. Now I'm literally coming to work,
Right.
and now so he was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, man.
And that's this tour. This tour is like, yo, these my dudes.
Right.
Yeah.
These my fucking guys. Like, when we not on the road, we still hanging out. I'm still
Yeah.
calling Fox every day. Yo, Fox, send me that flyer for the yo,
Yeah.
Trey, what's going on? Yo, I'm in your area, son. What you want to eat? You know what I'm saying? But the gift, that's the gift. But the curse of it is, it's going to get successful, and you're going to go headline, and you're going to go headline, and then I'm going to have to get 2 other motherfuckers, and you're going to have to get 2 motherfuckers, and you're going to have to get 2 motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And we're going to go, man, remember that time we used to go out
Yeah,
together?
man.
But that's the gift.
What's really cool is when we actually get to come home and do shows together. I always think that's cool when it's all 3 of us, because a lot of people don't realize that either. Every tour is different, but ours is like we're both doing full sets, and you're doing your full set. So a lot of people, they have, okay, you're doing 10, and then you're doing 20, and then you're doing the rest. Like we don't do that.
They burn the shit out the light. Basically, what Fox is saying, he burned the light, then Trey burned the light, then I gotta fucking hurry up and get through my set because we got another show starting after that one.
I used to burn the light bad in the
Used
beginning.
to.
You know, shut up. No.
Hey, I admit,
Let me tell you. No, Fox. So to admit,
I did
when you shot your
35 the other
special,
night.
listen. When you
Fox
when
shot
you
like
shot
that.
your special,
But he had a friend in the audience.
look.
He had a buddy.
I'm like,
He had a
yo,
buddy there.
I'm like, Fox supposed to do 15.
Man.
Fox is doing 25 minutes. Fox literally did 25. He get off stage. I said, Fox, you
knew I
did
didn't.
25 minutes. No, I didn't. I did. I said,
I got it on
he
my
said, I got it on my record.
Listen, nigga,
In the
pull
middle,
that shit.
in the middle of his record, he
cut
just
out.
stopped recording. I said, yeah, nigga, you had another 15 when you stopped it.
Nigga, no, you
So
did.
my
Look, he
thing-
said, I'm getting ready to get out of here, y'all.
Yeah.
Stop. And then, before I go,
I said, yo,
I admit it.
let me talk to y'all about the Bible.
let me tell you why I'm gonna fuck up with going over the light. They be like, yo, you doing 30. Bet. 30. I put the timer on my phone because I'm like, yo, I already got yelled at. Yo, you was gonna stay for 40 minutes. Like,
Son,
on my
you
phone.
went hamburger.
So look, if I remember we was in Jersey, that's my hometown, Stress Factory. Mind you, I'm not trying to go over because I'm home, but I'm doing 30, bet. But they give me the light early. So in my mind, I'm like,
You trying to adjust for the time?
in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm 15 minutes in. They giving me the light. Maybe they fucking up on their time.
Yeah, you see that? You see that? Maybe they fucking up. Maybe because there's no way he could be going over time. Maybe they fucking up.
Because I got on my phone. I'm at 15 minutes.
Listen.
I'm supposed to be doing 30.
Listen.
But they don't tell me that the club, that the owner, like, we got to cut everybody time. So
Because
I'm
there's
like,
a sold out show after this one.
I'm like,
how come these niggas don't get when the light comes on? You ready for this? When the light comes on, you have 5 minutes before you have to say goodnight. If you on stage for 2 minutes and the light comes on, you have 5 minutes before you have to be off the stage. You don't know what the fuck's going on backstage. Maybe fucking Dave Chappelle just walked in and they're like, yo, let's get Trey off so we can get on. But this nigga will go, they lit me wrong. They lit me wrong. They're like wrong.
Yo,
they lighting you because we got a sold out show outside.
They be liking me wrong. They like me wrong.
So he'll just keep on. I'm like, yo, this nigga's on 35, 40 minutes already.
You know what's funny?
Oh,
you always say, like, light me at 50. You're pretty
I say,
consistent.
no, that's what, my thing is this. I prefer, since we all talking about it, I prefer y'all have 5 minute lights. When you see the light, you got countdown 5 minutes. Okay. I say light me at 50 because I'm doing an hour.
Right.
So light me at 50 so I know where I'm at. I know that's 50 and I know I got 10 minutes left. So now I could go into my bag like, yo, do I want to end with this? Do I want to end with this? Because I got 10 minutes.
Right.
If I get lit at 5 minutes, I'm like, oh shit, I got
Yeah.
But I feel like 10 minutes is enough cushion for me to go, all right, they rocking. I just did that bit. Let me put that one on top of it and really try to get them up out their seats when I say goodnight. So that's why I say 10 minutes so I can go in my bag.
Okay, because I try to do a 10-minute light. Like, light me at 20, flash me at 30.
Right.
And sometimes that's too difficult for people to do. What are you saying? He just
But see, even the flash at 30, you in the middle of a bit. So you won't be getting off at 30.
True.
That's
So-
another 33, a 35.
Yeah.
So now you're 5 minutes over.
I definitely need to
Yeah,
change that. But I
Light
like
me at
knowing.
20, flash me at 25.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I like that.
So
Because
now I know I got 5 minutes before I got to get upstage.
I like knowing where I'm at
And I'm
20
getting
minutes.
this on camera because we all together next week. Next week, we all three of us on the show.
Yeah. Fox gonna go over. I tell you right now. I keep my timer on, so I'll be real on my shit. I'll be like,
All right, next week, what's the bet? Next week, whoever goes over does what?
Does less time the next show. It still goes
no,
over.
whoever go over gotta give everybody $10.
$10?
$10,
go
that's a
over,
bet.
gotta give
Whoever goes
everybody
over, or $10 for every minute over?
$10 for every minute.
$10 every minute over.
Or you want to do $5 every minute?
$5 every minute
$5
over.
every
Y'all
minute.
decide, because y'all gonna be paying.
You see how that nigga went down?
No, y'all decide. I said y'all decide because y'all gonna be paying.
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
$5.
$5 per
every
minute?
1 minute over.
Every 1 minute over, $5. And I gotta get paid to both.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So really that is 10. 5 for you, 5
No,
for me.
nigga, it would have
No,
been
if you
20.
Go, what if you go 3 minutes over? I get 15, he get 15.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but you just
Oh, I
don't
like
go.
this.
And then
I'm
we
about to get some money.
and then we gotta know definite how much time are we doing.
It's usually
You know the show's an hour and a half long.
Right. So that
Usually-
means in Ontario, 20.
20.
So this time we're gonna have to do 20 then. 20.
Is
No,
that what
if
it
it's
is?
20 hour, we over.
Okay, so 15. So 15 an hour. That's an hour 30.
All
And then the
right.
second show we could go over.
Second show will go longer because there's no show after.
Yeah. So
All
second
right.
show be
So
be-
15 hour, 20 hour.
All right.
I bet.
All right.
Oh, I'm
keep-
gonna get
keep
some
it-
money, boy.
Man.
I'm gonna get some money.
Yo, Fox definitely gonna go. Look,
I'm not gonna go that's a whole
Yo,
other set.
Fox be at 28 minutes. Then he'd be like, she ordered salmon. And when he say that, it's another 17 minutes.
Another 17
after that.
I was on a date one night. I was on a date one night. Nigga, that long ass date. I be like, yo. Here we go.
17 minutes, man. What happened that one time? I thought I gave you the clip, but that dude in St. Louis, the dude with the dreads,
Oh yeah, Fox.
nigga.
Fox.
I was like, nigga, I gotta fix it, nigga. That was like 38. This nigga was about to beat my ass. I was like,
That shit was crazy.
that wouldn't have happened, but we would have fought. He looked like.
So
he
you know
was
what
about
we
to
should end this episode with when it ends. That video pops up when you watch it, like when we post it.
fight. Okay,
this
yeah.
episode of podcast because
Oh,
people
you
like
got
what
it?
is he talking about?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got it.
Put that on afterwards.
But I diffused it.
Tell
This-
people what happened.
Okay, I was on stage.
And I still don't understand how that happened.
Okay, I was on stage and I was doing my
Yeah, you told me.
I was doing my LGBTQ plus material, and before in the show, I was trying to set up for that joke. Usually, there's couples up front. Okay, now I saw what I thought was a lesbian couple. So I was like, let me come back to them. I skipped over them. Like I'm not ready to acknowledge them like that right now.
Right.
So when I came back up to them to set up the joke, dude was looking at me crazy. Wasn't saying nothing.
No, dude wasn't looking at you crazy. What did you say for dude to be looking at you crazy?
I said, this is a lesbian couple, right? I said, this is a lesbian couple, right? Now, I didn't say this is a lesbian couple.
Can I paint a picture, please?
Okay,
Dude was 6'4", sitting like this. Had the muscle here, the muscle.
Oof.
Okay.
Light skin, freckles. I give you that. With like
That isn't making up a dyke.
sandy brown, twisty dreads.
Smooth baby face.
Coming down.
No beard, no facial hair.
But when Fox said that, I was like, I just heard I heard somebody say something like, smack this guy. That's what I was in backstage.
I kept on it because he didn't say, because he wouldn't answer the question. He could tell me, oh, no, he wasn't cool about it. He's like, did this nigga just say? He had that look like he was processing what I said. And I'm like, are you or are you not a lesbian? So I was over here digging into him. And it's like he was, no, this nigga's not going to stop.
Hot, yo.
Man, that nigga was looking at me like,
hot.
and then he's like, I'm going to slap the shit out of this motherfucker. I can hear it. He's right here, front row. So I'm like, don't do
And
that.
St. Louis Helium, right? Helium,
St. Louis Helium
the
Comedy
green room is
Club.
right at the side
behind
of
the stage.
Okay.
So I'm sitting on the couch like this, and I hear like, I'm gonna smack this motherfucker. I'm like,
Smack this
what?
motherfucker.
Yeah,
So I said it
I pulled the
again.
curtain back, like looking like, oh
Yeah.
shit. I jumped like, oh man, me and Fox about to brawl with this dude.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I felt disrespected because he felt disrespected at my mistake. Go figure. Go figure. So he's big as hell, and this girl was looking at it, and I was just trying to fix it. I could not fix it. I couldn't fix it. I was saying shit like, hey man, nigga, I got jokes, not fists for self-defense and shit. I had the audience kind of rocking a little bit, but it was at the end of my set. I was like, I can't just cower out. So that extended the set. I said, okay, we good? This and that. Okay, all right. And I finished the rest of the joke. It hit. I left. I was like, all right, that was over. This nigga comes back on stage.
30 seconds in. Where that gay dude at?
Yeah, where that lesbian couple?
That nigga Fox thought was a lesbian. Was it you, nigga? You do look like a. And I went right, and this
Right
nigga was
into it.
steamed.
In his
But
face.
the room was on 1,000. And I said, y'all seen Joe Fox up here? Couldn't get his fucking foot out his mouth.
I was back there going, man, what the hell?
It was a homie birthday too, so we got.
And it was birthday.
Bought him
It
a
was
drink.
birthday.
Was like, yo, we good. Gave him a pound.
Yeah.
Got it, smoothed it all out.
Yeah.
In the show, he was like, yo, y'all was dope. Y'all rocked that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was cool, but I had my head on a swivel. That motherfucker was huge. Nah, but if I had to fight, like I was like, okay.
I was at the curtain. It was a curtain from the backstage to the stage, and I'm at the curtain like, okay, as soon as he jumps up, I just got to come out and because the dude was. I said, yo,
Dude was
me
huge.
and Fox got to fight this motherfucker.
Dude
Yeah,
was
right,
huge.
right.
I, said, I had in my mind, I said, this is gonna be the show where that happens.
I was like, we got to go.
Nigga, I was mentally prepared.
I said that, but I came out. I said, "Yo," I was like, "Man, I'm so glad you stayed your ass in that chair." Because I was backstage, like, I don't know if me and Fox can beat this motherfucker. Man. We need some help from the audience.
Yeah.
that motherfucker was huge, but that can sometimes impact.
So
I burnt the
basically,
light.
I would have got paid $50 that night. You would have got paid $50
you would have got some
that
money
night.
that night. Yeah, you would have got some
Definitely
money.
made some money that night.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and make sure they keep forgetting to tell them. Make sure you guys send your questions in. You got questions for Trey. You got questions for Fox. You got questions for me. Send them in.
Yep.
Now, Fox, plug away.
So we have Ontario. Oh no, first we have Denver coming up. We're gonna be in Denver, Colorado at the.
Well, we don't know when. Sorry, we don't know when it's airing.
We don't know when it's airing, but we doing shit.
So just run down. We got
Denver coming up.
We got
Ontario coming up. We got
Irvine
coming up.
We got Austin, Texas. We got Arlington, Texas for New Year's Eve. We got
Virginia
Beach. First weekend in 24. I don't know what we got to have after that.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll
after.
talk about that.
As always, we got to get the intern in here. Come on, Aaron, get in here.
Yeah.
This guy is very camera and tech savvy.
Yo.
Is this mic on? Does this mic work? No?
It's not plugged in.
Okay, all right. Well, just yell. This guy's very camera and tech savvy, and he's the guy that helped us put this whole thing together. he was very instrumental in this whole thing from the ground up. So I always try to make sure I give him a shout.
You're too kind, Tony. Thank you, man.
He's our training wheels. We don't know what we're doing.
What you working on? What you working on? What's your next show?
My next show, I'm at the Improv this Sunday, but the dates don't matter. But right now, man, I'm filming right now.
What's the show?
It's called Unstable. It's on Netflix. Season 1's out. Check that out. I don't know if you want to put that plug in there or not.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, put
I'm
it
just
in.
filming. I'm just filming. Season 2 will be out next
How
year.
happy are you that Strike's over?
Bro, I am so happy, man.
Yeah.
Strike is over.
Strike is over. Man.
Audition isn't coming in. Everybody?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not yet. Mine
I
hasn't
said, no,
started.
you working. What are you talking about?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is coming.
Yeah, I had to self-tape the other day.
Yeah, I had
Hey
like
man, it's me, man. What the
I've had like 3 commercial
They ready for me to
auditions.
get back out
That's
here.
it.
Yeah. I've had 2. One was actually during the strike, but I guess they were still doing union commercials. They're still doing commercials. Just wasn't like TV.
Yeah,
and
but
film.
I'm ready though. But it's this time where it's gonna slow down anyway.
Yeah, because
Holiday season.
I got an
so-
offer to do a movie during the strike.
Wow.
They sent me the script. They were shooting in Atlanta. They was like, "Hey, we gonna shoot. We got the guidelines, and we know
They must have like an agreement.
we're not gonna get in trouble." And then Sean Larkins was the writer on the movie, so I called Sean like, "Yo,
Sean.
you doing this? What you think, man?" I said, "Yo, I
He
don't
was
want to." I said, "Fan, don't have me on that set by myself. And you ain't
Right,
there." Nah, I said, look, Rock, you did more acting than me, man. You been in more stuff than me. Like, I don't want to get in trouble with them people, man. Not be able to work with the strike over. I said, "Yeah, you right." He was like, "So what you thinking?" I'm like, "I think I'm gonna pass on this, bro, but I don't want to be the guy that when the strike's over, they go, everybody back to work except for fucking Tony."
Yeah.
So I was like, I think I'm gonna pass on it, bro. And I hit him a couple weeks later, like, "Yo, you on set?" He was like, "Nah, fuck that, bro."
Yeah.
They offered us a movie during the strike
Yeah.
Yep.
Folks was trying
in
to
Atlanta too. I was like, "Nigga, go to Atlanta for a month?" Ooh.
Oh man, Atlanta
I
was
was like,
lit.
"Can't do it."
Atlanta was lit, man. But yeah, I'm excited about New Year's Eve. I got my tux. I got to get it tailored and all that. Yeah.
That's
Oh, that's right. I
I'm
I
feeling
gotta
that
get my
shit all up.
tux.
Yeah, get
Every
tux.
New Year's Eve we do a theme. You know what I mean? So
this
this
is
year
007.
theme is
This year's
007.
007, yeah.
007.
So everybody, we gonna look like Black James Bondses on
Bondi.
that stage.
Bondi. I don't know.
Social media.
Social media. Joe Feezy, JoeFeezie on Instagram and Facebook.
Comedian Trey Elliot, TreyElliot. Help your boy get to 20K. I'm almost there,
Where you
baby. I'm at 19.
Oh, that's easy. We got
I'm at
that. We got
19. Yeah, so.
At Aaron Branch World, AARON Branch World. What's up?
I still don't know why they do that when we get to say social media and it just pops up right in front of us. Like, so
It will
look,
be-
mine's right here. Look at that.
Yeah, you better hope it's there, man.
No, I'm showing off my dick. Look right here. Hilarious. If it's not there, I'm showing y'all my dick. It's like, about that wide, about that. Look, yeah.
That's elephantitis of the nuts.
And we got to shout out our boy Doughboy, comedian.
Shout out to homie
Yeah,
Doughboy. Yo,
yeah.
Doughboy got an ill space that I didn't even know he had. The boy's clearly doing some big things. He got his own
Yeah.
studio in Hollywood, and he has another event space next door that we're really going to utilize coming up. We're going to really make some stuff happen in there. So we thank you guys for being part of the Green Room, yo. This is Live from the Green Room. I'm Tony Rock. That's Trey Elliott. That's Joe Fox. That's Aaron Branch. Parting words?
Parting words, hey man, get it like you live.
Charleston, I love you.
Rest in peace, Boogie, sis. We out.